Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82. And all week long, I have been taking a look at the Legacy Collection, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures. Now I've already reviewed all the Rangers themselves, but we still have one more thing, the Megazord. So as you can see, I already have all the parts laid out that came with all the different Ranger figures. So what are we waiting for? Let's go and form the Megazord.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! They know the fate of the world is lying in their hands. They know to only use their weapons for defense. No one will ever take them down.
Alright guys, and here is the Megazord, all built and all complete. Well, semi-complete. One thing that I have a problem with, just like all the other Ranger figures, he comes with no weapons. Why doesn't he have his sword? Why doesn't he have his Mastodon shield? Very disappointed in that regard. Is the build okay? We'll see. Let's take a look. Now for a quick size comparison right here, I actually want to put him right next to your standard Red Ranger figure from this Legacy line, and you can kind of see the size difference. So they are a little bit bigger, but if I bring in my ruler here, right there, you can see the average Ranger figure is roughly about 6 3/4 inches tall, just under the 7-inch mark. And if you look at the Zord itself, you're looking at about exactly the 8-inch mark. So there is a little bit of a size difference, you know, not a whole lot, but this is still bigger than your average Ranger figure. So let's take a look at the details of this guy. Now I was really excited that we were getting Build-A-Figure, Build-A-Zords. You know, I thought it was a really cool concept. And for the most part, this thing looks okay. I mean, it looks good. You can obviously tell that it's, you know, the old Mighty Morphin Megazord, and I think it looks pretty good. I think the sculpt is pretty nice. Paint apps all look really clean, nice and vibrant. Love the head sculpt right there. I think that came out really good. Nice clean paints on the whites right there that go along with the mask and whatnot. Yeah, I like all the yellows and silvers. The chest came out really nice too. Nice sculpted details right in there. All this is paint, no stickers or anything like that, so that looks really good. They did a really good job as far as the paint goes. Nice silvers for the arms, almost like a metallic gray, not exactly a silver. But yeah, really nicely sculpted. You can see all the detail right in there. Yeah, and it seems even that these like M's right here for the Mastodon, I'm assuming that's what they are. Those are actually molded in there. So that's part of the sculpt too. That's not just painted. So that's pretty good. You know, really nice detail for the entire figure. The legs look really cool. You got the Triceratops Zord and the Saber-Tooth Tiger. Again, I think those look really cool. Pretty good paint apps for the most part. Yeah, I think you got a nice detail for the Triceratops right there. I kind of wish the horns on the Triceratops right here were silver instead of just white. But that's not too terrible. I think it still looks pretty good for what they did here. Lots of extra sculpted line work throughout the Zord and whatnot. Same thing with the yellow. You know, pretty decent for the most part. You know, the sculpting is really good. You can see it's there. You see you got silver for the teeth for the Saber-Tooth Tiger. In other words, we got it for the horns over here. You got silver claws right there. You know, again, all the sculpted detail in the Zord itself looks really nice. What's pretty kind of cool, you can see the bottom of the or the back of the leg for the Triceratops. You got the tread wheels right there, like the tank wheels, and over here you even got some kind of wheels right there for, I'm guessing those are type of wheels for the Saber-Tooth Tiger. I think it looks really good. Got his backpack, those looks really cool. I believe these are supposed to be cannons that are supposed to come like over his shoulder right here, but those don't move at all. They're just stayed in one place. So And then the back of the shoulders too, those aren't painted like the front. They're just black, but you can still kind of see that they are sculpted with that detailed M like that. So, you know, for the most part, the sculpt looks really, really cool. I kind of just wish, especially for the legs, I wish there was more painted detail on the sides. Like this whole section right here could have been painted detailed with some, I believe it's like whites and reds, instead of just being like just all solid yellow. I think same thing over here. Like this section right here and the section over here could have been painted too, instead of just looking just all blue. So it looks a little bland on the sides, but it's not too terrible. I think the sculpt and the paint that's overall actually look really, really good. So again, no accessories, no weapons or anything like that. But let's take a look at articulation. Now, it's a little weird. It's a little different than not what I'm really used to. But for the most part, this entire figure is almost on ball joints. You know, when I snap all the pieces together, you just plug them into ball joints. So if I pull the leg off, you can see how the ball joints are. And pretty much everything like that is, all the pieces are pretty much like that with those ball pegs. So the head itself is on a ball joint. That does roll around a bit. It does turn left and right just like that. Can look up a little bit, down just a little bit. These shoulder pads are on little, you can roll those up and down just like that to help with articulation a bit. But the ball itself only allows to go this much down and that much up. So yeah, I don't really understand the whole point of having these move around like that. If you can only get that much arm movement, you can't go any further up than that. So that's a little weird. You can do a full 360 just like that. So that's pretty cool. You do get a single bend at the elbow. That works very nice. The hands are also on ball pegs, so those actually roll around just like that. Rotate side to side and hinge up and down. That's really good. There's no waist swivel. I kind of wish there was. I mean, it looks like it'd been an good opportunity for them to put a waist cut in there, but there is nothing there. Now, the same thing with the hip joints. They're on ball pegs, but these flaps right here hinder all of this. Now, I don't know if any of you ever built Gunpla or have any Gundam figures, but usually with mechs that have this skirt piece, those are usually on hinges, so you can like move this skirt piece up and down to allow the leg to kick out more, and same thing with this front skirt piece to go up so you can kick forward more. But they are just solid and they're not going anywhere, so you can only kick forward that much, and then you can kick back a little bit like that. Can do the splits okay, doing about that far, which I think is pretty good for the most part, and it kind of rotates in there on that ball joint, which looks pretty nice. Then you got these ball pegs at the knees, so you can actually bend the knee that much, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. But if you bend it too much, it will pop off that ball socket. Just be wary of that. And then again, since it's on a ball joint, it kind of just rolls around like that, which is a little awkward, and even goes forward a little bit. So you kind of got this like broken leg Zord thing. So yeah, that's there too. And then there's nothing on the, no like a boot cutter like that, obviously. But on the ankle joint is also a ball peg, just like that. And you can see just another ball peg. And that goes for both the Triceratops and the saber-tooth tiger. So that just kind of rolls around just like that as well. Does rotate left and right, go up and down just like that, as well as pivot side to side. So it does have an ankle rocker in there. So overall, you know, I think this is pretty cool. I think the concept of them doing the Build a Megazord figure is pretty cool. I do like it. My only real complaint, well, a couple complaints, is that I just wish they came with their weapons too. He should have his sword and his shield, and I wish he had a little more paint apps, and I wish he were just a little bit bigger, because I think maybe I don't know, me personally, a 9 to 10 inch Megazord would have been even better. But I mean, for the most part, you know, with what we got, I think it's pretty cool, and I definitely, absolutely love this Megazord. So there it is, guys. My review of the Legacy Collection Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures and Build a Megazord. Now, I both love and hate this set. They have so many good things and quite a few bad things. I love the fact that we're getting Ranger figures in the 1/12 scale, but I hate the fact that so many of the Rangers just lack their main weapons. I do love the fact that we're getting to build a Megazord, which I think is a great idea. And I love the fact that the Green Ranger and White Ranger actually come with their preferred weapons. So overall, yes, these figures do have some problems, but for the most part, being a huge Power Ranger fan that I am, I could not be happier to have them in my collection. So a big shout out goes to my friend Salvador Santoyo, everyone's favorite Ghetto Country Chicano, for sending me all these figures all the way from the other side of the country. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.